How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called Yarra Valley, Australia. We're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads: Yarra Valley is a real valley based around the town of Yarra Glen, Victoria, Australia, on the banks of the winding Yarra River. This region is a popular tourist destination, and its vineyards, golf courses, horse riding, unique chocolates, and variety of cheeses. You will start out owning the Yarra Hill restaurant and grapevine ready for harvest, including all the grape machinery to started straight away. You are also the greenskeeper for the 18-hole Yarra Valley golf course that needs to be mowed to ensure the tourists are happy. Yarra Valley map includes custom Yarra Hill restaurant, grape processing plant, custom dairy with cheddar cheese, Swiss cheese, blue cheese, and brie, 2 custom cow pastures next to the dairy, custom chocolatier with dark chocolate, white chocolate, chocolate-coated strawberries, and chocolate-coated honeycombs. Full 18-hole golf course included in all grass maintenance machinery. 3 full fields with grapevines ready to pick, including all the grape machinery. Start with horses to be exercised on the racing course and equestrian courses. Train line, grain elevator, BGA, sugar mill, bakery, carpentry, sawmill, 29 farmlands, 21 fields. There are no mods required for this map, and if we take a look, this is what the map looks like. You start out by owning farmlands number 2 and 22. Farmland 2 is your starting farm, quote unquote. There's not really a starting farm as much as it is a starting restaurant. And your grape fields, which are ready to harvest. And then you also own farmland number 22, which is the golf course, which is smattered with grass fields everywhere. Because it's a golf course. You got different courses, different holes, and they're all laid out all over the place. Let's see. Farmlands can vary based on size. You start out with some of the smaller ones here, but they are still pretty expensive. 124,320. You got 205. Check out this one. 162,000. Now we start making our way up to some of the biggers. 289,000, 373, 583. It's pretty expensive. Pretty expensive indeed. 647, 616. Yeah, it's quite a bit. And then you got the kind of peripheries here where, yeah, $7.9 million. You can buy all areas of the map. You do start out with animals. As you can see, you do have a horse pasture. Contracts are available. Production chains to start out with. You have a Yarra grape processing. We'll show you that later. And then no collectibles for this map. There are mods specific to this map, but not under the buy menu, but rather under the build mode. If we check out under buildings, there is nothing. Productions, nothing. Animals, nothing. Decorations, nothing. But under landscaping, painting, you do have several additional swatches. Nothing under trees and nothing under plants. So because we technically start out the starting farm, or in this case a starting restaurant, let's go ahead and take a look at what starting equipment we have. Under our buy menu and owned equipment, under small tractors we have a Landini Rex 4120 GT. Medium tractors we have a Fendt 714 Vario and a John Deere 7810. Large tractors, John Deere 7R 270. Grape technology, a New Holland Broud 9070L. Under mowers, the Krone Big M450. Forklifts, you have a Manitou MC 184. Cars, you have the Lizard Pickup 2017. Trailers, the Welger DK115. Under grape, nope, there we go. Grape technology. Whew! We have the Furman MRWK 14500. Trailer, we have the Hardy Mercury 4000L. That's the sprayer, the liquid fertilizer and herbicide sprayer. We have a Providus MP 122 Osea. We actually have 2 of those, and those are your pruners for your vines. Under fertilizer spreaders, we have the Amazon ZATS 3200. Tedders, we have the Vicon Fanix 904. Balers, the Potiger Impress 185 VC Pro. And miscellaneous, the Bachmann MHAL 432035 trailer. So, starting out with, let's see, over here, you have the Yarra Hills Restaurant sell point. That is the restaurant sell point, right? Just make sure I didn't walk up to some random... Yes, okay. Whew. And then over here, whoops, I am... Alright, look where I'm going. There we go. Over this way, that's where I need to go. This is where you sleep. That's a gorgeous house right there. Sleep trigger right there. Around the back side, you have the massive, massive grape fields. Let me see if I can hop up on one of these. Yeah, kind of get a scope of just how massive the grape fields are back here. If we take a look, yeah, that kind of gives you a scale as to how large. So going back in this direction, actually down here, because our truck's over here. There's your truck in the parking lot. Zoom out just a little ways. Head over in this direction. A lot of your starting equipment right down here, including all your Grape equipment with your harvesters. Tucked away in this massive building. You know what, that's something I meant to do too. I'm going to go back just real quick. Over here you have your grape processing, so your inputs right here, outputs right here, and your trigger just through this door. It's right here. And what I wanted to do, and just completely forgot, was to show this custom restaurant that is just absolutely stunning. Like this, I probably shouldn't be driving up here, but that's okay. Like, this is all custom. This whole thing here. Let me just park right there. Got the nice little water feature right there. Again, just, you can look down at the refinery, at the grape processing winery. That's the word. Got this nice little lookout through here. Nice little overlook onto the nice fields off into the distance, the mountain range, and then the restaurant itself tucked away in here. Just, this is such detail. It's just such a cool design. Like, I'm just kind of stunned at the moment just how kind of breathtaking this little area is. And we haven't even gotten to the rest of the map. And I will go back where I came. There we go. And now turn this way. Now, because this is in Australia, I have to remember that I have to drive on the left side of the road. Now we're going to continue to head south. Just cut around everybody. Now we're going to skip this point of interest to my left first. We're going to go all the way down here because we're going to have to backtrack, and we'll just catch it on the backtrack. I really like how this road just kind of has this hill that just jets off to the left, and just it's just looks very natural to me. Here we go. Right there to my left, that is the GCHB grain elevator cell point. And tucked around the back side here, this is the biogas plant. To my right is the solid inputs. And you can buy it for $2,216,664. Tucked around the back side over here, this is the output for your digestate. And your inputs for your liquids is right here. And now over in this side of the building, right over here, that is the lime station by point. And now we're going to backtrack to that other point of interest. So coming up here to my right is that point of interest, and we're actually going to have to purchase some land because there's a couple of icons that are hidden right over here. If I pull in right here, I'll just stop right here. So let's take a look at where we've been and what we've seen up to this point. So we started here on the quote-unquote main farm, but really it's the restaurant and house area and the grape processing. Came out to the main road here, all the way down, came all the way over to here, and we saw the GCHB grain elevator, the biogas plant, and the lime station here. Came down around here to this area here. Now, first off, I need to borrow a lot of money. There we go. So now I need to go to the map and purchase farmland number 5 for $596,000. And you can see we have a couple of cow fields, cow pastures to be precise, and room for 250 cows per side of the road. So you got 250 over this way, 250 over this way, 500 cows total. Up at the top of the hill over here, this is the Yarra Valley Dairy Production Point. You can purchase this for $50,000, and we will buy it because, check it out, you can produce butter from just milk. You can do regular cheese, cheddar cheese, blue cheese, Swiss cheese, and brie cheese. So you can have all sorts of different types of cheeses to be able to use. You put into the production point, this is your input right here, and your output is just tucked away in the back here. And at this point, gonna hop back in my truck. We'll go forward. Pull in here, and then come back around. There we go. Out the front gate and continue down the road in this direction. Now over here, this is the Yarra Golf Club sell point right over here, and you can see this is the actual golf club. This is where you can go to mow the grass, and you can collect it and utilize it. But you can see, like, I don't know why, but I actually kind of get a kick out of this. Like, I just think this is kind of a unique feature that you don't often see. I have seen other maps that have golf clubs kind of, or golf courses kind of integrated into the map itself, but I think this is kind of the first one where you're intended to be able to go out onto the fields, mow them, collect the grass, and just kind of maintain them and take care of them. I like it. I think that's kind of a cool concept. Like, I know there was, what, Balham Road Dairy Farm map, I think that was what it was called, Balham Road Dairy. Yeah, Yeah, I know it had a golf course, whoa, associated to it, but I don't think you could necessarily buy the land if I'm mistaken. I might be mistaken on that. But whoa, whoa, whoa. But this one you actually have access to it right away. Now we need to backtrack a little ways and go past our starting quote-unquote farm. I'm going to keep saying that, the quote-unquote, because I can't think of another way to address it. Now again, another cool little feature, if we look off to the left side, that kind of train trestle bridge right over there, I think that's really, really cool looking. There's just a lot of really neat features on this map, and I mean the lay of the land, the way everything's kind of shaped and modeled is very, very nice. Yeah, the map maker did a really good job with making the scenery. Across the train tracks there. Go up here. So here you have the train silo directly in front of me, all your various inputs and outputs. You have the rent train trigger right over here, and the train input and output right over there. Now just beyond the train silo, tucked away back here, is the lime station, another one. Now coming back here, making a left. Whoa, yeehaw! Continue down the road just a little bit. And tucked away back here, you have the sawmill. And you can purchase a sawmill for $100,000. Wood chip output right here. Your wood input right here with the wood cell trigger there. And outputs are right there. So now I need to backtrack a little ways again. There is a fair bit of backtracking on this map from kind of point to point to point. So going past the train station over there, the train silo. Okay, now back to this main road. Oh. To my left, that is the restaurant sell point. Tucked away back here, this is the Yarra Glen Bakery. You can purchase this for $50,000. Inputs here, outputs there. Come out here. And back here is a repair trigger. You can utilize. Directly ahead of me, that is the Yarra Glen Supermarket sell point, just tucked away in that little covering there. Gas station to my left. To my right, just tucked away back here, is the fast food restaurant sell point. Across the street, you have the shop trigger, just right here. And then around the back side, you have a repair trigger, right here. Just down the street, pull off to the side of the road right here. You have the carpentry, purchase that for $60,000. Inputs are right here with the wood cell trigger, and outputs are just back there. Let's see. Where's the entrance to it? Must be over here. Alright, am I missing something? Alright, well, to get to it, you're going to have to come around the back side over here and, you know, cut through the backyard and the grass here. We'll get to it. I mean, it is what it is. Just That one seems kind of odd to me. Now, coming down here, this is a really cool feature. First off, we're going to go to the actual point of interest. Tucked away just back here, you have a horse pasture, and you have a few horses already in there that you need to take care of. So, get over here. 4 out of 5 horses are tucked away in here. But for the rest of this, I'm going to go into the overhead view, because check this out. So you're in the parking lot of a horse race track. How cool is that? So you could come out and just run the horses around this little racetrack. You've got the kind of stands up here to check everything out. You got a cool little equestrian area where you can take them through a bunch of jumps. Like, it's pretty cool kind of a feature. Like, it's very unique. I can't think of another map that has a horse like a horse track. A bunch of outdoor seating. Just very, very cool. Just a lot of cool little features on this map that just you don't get to see on a lot of other maps. And now, continue down the road. And this is going to be our second to last group of interests. So tucked away here. Over there you have the Gulf Station Farm sell point. And back here you have the animal dealer right here. Now, you can come to this location or use the same icon at your pen and pastures to be able to purchase your animals directly. Now, if you purchase them from this location or at the pen and pasture directly, you will incur a delivery fee. That means that with your purchase of cows, you get an adult cow. That's $100 per cow that you are going to get in addition to the cost of the cow itself. So we have room for 500 cows when you purchase that plot of land there. That's pretty expensive, really expensive. So in order to save that money, you can bring an animal trailer, either leased or purchased, to this location and shuttle the animals back and forth to your pen and pastures yourself, and it'll save on that delivery fee. You won't have to worry about actually incurring that additional cost. So you'll have to weigh out, based on how many animals you're going to purchase at the time, is it going to be worth, you spending the time shuttling back and forth, or is it going to be worth the money to shuttle the animals? And it does vary in price depending on what animals you're purchasing at the time. So now we've got our last 2 interests just on top of this little hill back here. I'm just going to skirt by this person. And starting with the first driveway right here, tucked away back here, now around the back side. This is the Yarra Valley Chocolatier. I think that's Chocolatier, maybe? $70,000 to purchase that. And as you can see, you have multiple different recipes. You have chocolate, we're used to that one, milk and sugar, sure. Dark chocolate, butter and sugar. White chocolate, milk, butter and sugar. You've got chocolate coated strawberries, milk, sugar, strawberries, and chocolate coated honeycomb, milk, sugar, honey. That's awesome. I absolutely love when a map maker incorporates new products, new recipes, things like that. So awesome. And again, such a lovely view. Like, every time you hit one of these kind of points of interest, it seems like you've got just a really nice view in any direction. And now to our last point of interest, right over here, you have the sugar mill. $80,000 to purchase that. Outputs right here, and inputs right there. And that is it. That is the map. Yarra Valley, Australia. Now it is time to render my opinion. What do I think of this map? Scaled to 0 to 5, as always. I really like this map. There's a lot going on this map that is kind of outside the norm of a normal map that we would get for Farming Simulator 22. Number one, you have a ton of grape equipment right off the bat. So you have a entirely different product line that isn't normally available right from the beginning. And you've got all the products to be able to do it, like all the harvesters. Like there's a couple other maps where you have access to grapes or olives or whatever, but you don't have all the equipment to be able to process them. So you don't have the harvesters typically. You don't have the mulchers or any of those kind of extra bits of equipment, but rather you just have like one or two of the kind of growth adjuster implements that will allow you to, you know, take care of them and get them to grow, but not actually finish the job kind of thing. So it's nice that we have a map now where you can like really go from start to finish with grapes or with any particular type of product. Outside of that, I love just how green this area is. Like it just looks just vibrant and just very, very, I guess, lush might be the right word. I'm not 100% sure about that, but just it's very, very healthy looking. Like it just looks like it's so pristine. There's so much going for just like, look at this, like that landscape right there in the background leading to that large mansion that you stay in. Like, tell me that just isn't stunning. I just, yeah, words are lost on some of the areas around here. I just really like it. So yeah, just there's a nice color palette. There's a nice variety of shrubs, trees, without being kind of overwhelming with the amounts. You've got a good variety of the types of work you can do. There's nice models, nice mods, cool little entrances in and out of various fields and whatnot. You've got just all sorts of just really nice area to explore. And then the whole map is just kind of, I don't want to necessarily say bifurcated, but I mean, yeah, it is. It's pretty much, you know, split in half by the main river system here. So yeah, you've got this cool little water feature throughout the entirety of the map. You've got several ponds that are just kind of strewn about the area there. Like all in all, I think this is actually a really solid map, and I was kind of surprised when I first saw this pop up in the mod hub. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't too impressed with how the card itself looked. Just something about it just kind of like, you know, judging a book by its cover, kind of right there at the very beginning, and I got on it and I immediately regretted thinking that way, because I actually genuinely like this map, and at the end of the day, what would I grade this? I'd probably give this a solid 4 out of 5. Like, I think this is a very nice looking map and has a lot of features on it that could really just be a lot of fun to engage with. So yeah, that's where I kind of stand on it. And yeah, I say give it a try and see what you think. I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms show you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.